Rob, well done. Another victory. The unbeaten run continues.
Yeah, it was good. Credit to the lads. I thought the response was really good. You know, Middlesbrough showed how good they are. The job that he's done, Michael, with his staff, that group of players, they've done a really, really good job, and that's obvious. Everyone knows that. Everyone's seen that. But when you go up against them again, you know, you can see the quality that they have. They find spaces really well. They overload you. They've got threats in behind, like the goal. The watch is talking. And they can build short as well. So they've got a number of threats, and obviously a few on the bench or not even involved that they can bring into the team. So tonight was always going to be a really tough game, and also the mindset thing as well. Both teams knew they were in the playoffs. You know, you can see they're thinking one or two changes. We thought we'd do it in game and try and manage our players in game. So there's different ways of going about it. We're pleased with the response. We showed some good things, but I do think we can be better.
They overloaded midfield, didn't they? Almost had 4 in there at times, 5. Did you have to sort of work that out at half time what to do?
A little bit. I mean, we know that's the shape of the team that they'll make, and they can adapt to whatever way you press, and they'll try and find spaces. With Crooks, say, dropping in, you know, we have to, and that's our centre backs just got to go. We've got to try and be aggressive, but we know then that could leave spaces behind as well. So it's just a bit of a game of cat and mouse. But when we're at our best, we're a very aggressive team. We're on the front foot. We're not thinking as much that way. We're thinking, right, let's go. And people can't break the chain. If someone goes and presses, the next one's got to go. The next one's got to go. And it's got to happen at the same speed, without going too technical. So a few adjustments at half time. Not much. The lads knew there was 1 or 2 bits that we could be better in. And our quality needed to be better as well, especially when we got in the final third. We had some decent moments in the first half, or we did, you know, there was the spaces was there was some good movement from the strikers, but we just didn't find them with that final pass. A little bit more quality in the second half.
What Luton are really good at is obviously the aggressive press. I don't know whether psychologically it wasn't quite there because you know where you are now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Psychologically, the games, it's quite difficult. Even, you know, the next couple of games as well, we've got to try and keep that momentum. We want to keep trying to win, but you know, there will be, when those playoff games come, there will be, I'm sure, you know, another % or 2. And I think, you know, it's really difficult, the subconscious, or, you know, no matter what you talk about and how we, you know, try and drive it, there's an element of, okay, but we know what's coming in a few weeks' time. But look, you know, I can sit here and say we could have done that better. We could have done that better. We've just won the game, you know, and I think that's probably a good place to be in.
Grinding out wins. They're a bit upset with the penalty. What did you make of it?
There's some contact there on Carlton, and I've just spoken to him about it again and watched it back a few times. I think if you watch, you need a certain angle, don't you, Stu?
Well, he commits. The goalkeeper commits, doesn't he? So he's going to fall over him. He gets the ball first.
Yeah, I mean, look, there is contact, so he's gone down. If I was in their position, you know, you look at certain angles, then of course you'd be disappointed. But from the angle I've seen it, there's contact. He's gone down. Penalty.
Morris took it. Adebayo, I think, gave him the ball. Was that been worked out between the pair of them?
To be honest, I hadn't, and it's on the. I think it's on the day. You need to be able to feel it. You need to feel it, and clearly Carlton has, and I've got no problem with that. Because obviously we've missed a couple recently. We've not had loads, but we have missed a couple. So I thought it was a really good penalty.
20 goals for the season now, Morris. The last player to do that was Brian Steen in the Championship, right? And we know what Steenie was like as a player here. So I mean, it's a great achievement. It's
a fantastic achievement. He deserves a lot of credit, but I'd like to think he's not done there.
Of course not. He's got a few more games left to go, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's another couple of league games, and there's obviously another couple of playoff games. So I think there's at least 4. Let's hope he can add to that total.
Tom Lockyer scored the first goal. Kind of, you know, he got into the Championship team of the year last night. It was a nice recognition, and he goes and tops it with a goal. Yeah, fantastic header, wasn't it? Bullet header. He's had a brilliant season. I can't speak highly enough of him as a guy, as a leader, and he's performed really, really well. He deserved to be in that team of the year. Really pleased for him. You keep, you know, not losing games. Whoever you face in the playoffs, if it is to be the playoffs, no one's going to want to play Luton, are they? That's not for me to say. You know, I'm not going to. I don't know what people are thinking outside of
with this club, all I care about is trying to win the next game, and we'll just keep trying to do that.
And at 2-1, then you saw the spirit from the Luton side to keep hold of that 2-1 victory. So there was that fight right to the end.
Yeah, there was, and it was really pleasing. You know, we were able to make 5 subs tonight. We had to try and get our in-game management right, and you know, Luke Berry's tackle in the box, like what a tackle that was. You know, that's important as a goal. But you got, you know, the lads coming on and affecting it like that. Young JJ getting his debut, doing really, really well against as tough an opposition as you're going to get. So we're pleased with how we sort of managed to manage the group and still win the game.
What was the thinking behind Joe Johnson coming into the squad and playing tonight? Just lacking a few defenders?
Well, yeah, we're clearly lacking a few defenders at the moment. I don't think they're too far away, but we are missing a few defenders. And when we're having our staff planning meetings, especially yesterday, it was like we're looking at potential changes that we might have to make. Alfie was one that was flagged up, and so we felt that, you know, positionally as well, Joe was the right one to come into the squad. He's been training with us a lot. He's done really well. Whenever we've watched him with the 21s, he's been very, very good. He's had a great season. So he's deserved that, and hopefully what that shows as well, that there's a pathway for these young players here. We've got some real talent in the youth team, so hopefully that gives a little bit more belief to some of them as well, that the chance is there for them.
Nice one. Cheers, Rob.
Does that show the confidence you've got in him as well? Because he's up against Isaiah Jones and some top players on the right for Middlesbrough, but he, as you said, handled it well.
He did handle it well. Yeah, we've got belief in him. I wouldn't have done it if we didn't. So, you know, and I think he showed some really good little moments, didn't he? A couple of little good interceptions and blocks, and positionally very good. He's got a good confidence about him.